Hi guys, and we're back. So we've played 26 games so far. We have won, let's see, 26, 9, 20, 21. We've lost 4 games, I think. Yeah, 4 games and disconnect 1. So we're jumping in straight with our next opponent, and we'll see my opponent's team. Jizz, Tapulele, Arcanine, Gastrodon, Mandibuzz, Garchomp, and Alolan Muck. So, how are we going to approach this? Obviously, with the Mandibuzz and the Muck, we want the Arcanine for that Intimidate support, and the Will-O-Wisp support, more importantly, for that Mandibuzz in particular. We've got to be careful for that Garchomp and the Gastrodon. But I think our Fantastic Four that we normally go with, which is the Lele, Arcanine, Celesteela and Garchomp, will be more than sufficient if we play it right to kind of close this game out. So we'll go with those 4. It's a bit of a shame we haven't really brought the Snorlax too much in any games here. But I think it's kind of the way the format is at the moment. Like, I'm put off bringing it against stuff with foul play. And I'm also put off bringing it against stuff with potential knockoff. There's 2 potential knockoff users on my opponent's team. And Kartana as well is another Pokemon with that Sacred Sword that really puts me off bringing this Snorlax. I think people are a lot more equipped for Snorlax now than they probably were like even a month ago, just because of its just sheer dominance once it gets set up. So we see my opponent lead off with the Mandibuzz and the Tapu Lele. We'll lead off with that Tapu Lele and our Arcanine. So we get the Psychic Terrain up. We will activate the Seed on the Mandibuzz. But I think here what I'm going to do is just double in. Am I going to double in or am I going to go for Snarl? Because I could taunt the Mandibuzz, stop the potential Tailwind being set up, which is quite nice, stop it from roosting. And I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp and a taunt into it. So there's the taunt to the Mandibuzz and the Will-O-Wisp. Oh, but it missed. It missed. Oh, it's so annoying. Okay. So take a Psychic, a big Psychic from the paws of Tapu Lele. Yeah, the Mandibuzz can't use Tailwind, so that's. But we will go down to another Psychic here, and we're not going to be able to. So I'm just going to go for a Moonblast into the Mandibuzz, and I'm going to switch in my Celesteela at this point. I don't want to lose the Arcanine. 2 Moonblasts hopefully are enough to take down the Mandibuzz. We know that it can't roost now because of the taunt. So it's just above 50%, so it's going to take 3. Get that Psychic out from the Lele into my Celesteela. We'll probably see a foul play. Yeah. Into my Celesteela as well. Okay. So I'm just going to go for another Moonblast into the Mandibuzz. I am going to just protect my Celesteela this turn because my opponent could be tempted to go for the double up into it with a Psychic and a foul play. From the damage from the turn before, it knows it'll be enough to take it out. So yeah, I think that's what my opponent probably will go for. So we'll just protect the Celesteela, get another Moonblast off, and then this next turn going in, we'll be able to take the Mandibuzz down and then go for that heavy slam, which is nice. There's a Psychic, and hopefully the double up. Yeah. We'll recover a bit of health back with our Celesteela, which is nice. So this turn we're free to go for that heavy slam. The taunt does wear off on that Mandibuzz, but it's a bit too late now. So we'll go for another Moonblast into it, and we'll go for a heavy slam into the Tapu Lele. So yeah, no protects coming out from my opponent. Get the Moonblast off, kill that Mandibuzz, get rid of it. And hopefully we survive the Psychic. Just about. Get the heavy slam off, which is nice. Don't know if it'll pick up the KO. It's quite a bulky Tapu Lele. But the main thing is, we know we outspeed it with our Tapu Lele, so this next turn we can attack into it and get rid of it off the field. And in comes the Muck. Which seems a bit more interesting. So, what are we going to do here? I think I'm going to go for a Moonblast into the Tapu Lele, and I'm going to switch in my Arcanine for my Celesteela here, just to get an Intimidate off onto this Muck, which should hopefully allow us to survive the Poison Jab from it. And I imagine my opponent's last Pokemon would be the Garchomp. So we get the Moonblast off, we will pick up the KO onto that Lele. We'll probably see a Poison Jab come out from the Muck. There's the Poison Jab. Hopefully we do survive. Yep. But we get poisoned in the process. Excellent. So, Psychic Terrain does disappear from the battlefield. And it is the Garchomp. There's every chance we could see a Shadow Sneak come out from this Muck into the Lele. Thing is, I don't want this Garchomp going for a Sword Stance, getting a Sword Stance off. So I think what I'm going to do is just go for a... I'm going to go for a Shattered Psyche into the Garchomp, and I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp as well into the Garchomp, just in case it goes for a Sword Stance. But the Garchomp protects. Okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. Because at least we'll get some damage off onto it with the Shattered Psyche. Would have been better going for the Will-O-Wisp into the Muck, really, here. But can't have everything, can we? Get a bit of chip onto the Garchomp, not a great deal. Will-O-Wisp into the Garchomp slot as well. Probably see a Poison Jab, yeah. It should come out. Take the Lele down. Right, so I'm going to bring in my Garchomp now. I'm going to go for an Earthquake. And I'm going to bring in my Celesteela for my Arcanine. So at least I've got the Intimidate to kind of cycle later in the game if I need it. This is going to be touch and go, I think. And there's always a potential of the Tectonic Rage coming out as well. Probably be onto the Garchomp, I'd imagine. So we'll just see what my opponent goes for here. So we are faster than the opposing Garchomp, which is nice information. Do some good damage into both Pokemon. But it's going to be down to, yeah, here's a Tectonic Rage. And it probably is into my Garchomp. It does take us down because it's adamant. So we've probably lost this game, to be honest now. Poison Jab, but we managed to actually survive that turn. So might be hope for us at the end of the tunnel. Maybe. So that Garchomp can only go for an Earthquake now. Now it's a guessing game. Like, what's my opponent going to do? Is he going to protect the Muck and go for an Earthquake? Or is he going to protect the Garchomp and go for a knockoff? I'm going to try and cover my bases. I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp into the Muck, and I'm going to go for a Heavy Slam into the Garchomp. Garchomp protects. Okay, so we will get the Will-O-Wisp off. And we do hit, so that's nice. Heavy Slam into that Garchomp protect and a Poison Jab. As long as we don't get poisoned, we'll be alright. No poison. Excellent. Okay. So probably going to see... I'm going to protect the Arcanine this turn, and I'm going to go for a Leech Seed into the Garchomp slot. Hopefully we see the Muck protect. Yeah, so here's potentially what is an Earthquake, I think. Yeah. So, fingers crossed, come on Leech Seed, please hit. Excellent. Alright. Okay, so now I'm going to go for a Leech Seed into the Muck slot, and I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp into the Garchomp. Probably see a knockoff now come into the... Oh, so we see a Fire Fang. Okay, does good damage. Get a Will-O-Wisp. Hopefully the knockoff isn't enough to take out a Celesteela here. Oh, we flinched. Oh, and a critical hit. Oh my god. Ridiculous. Redonkulous. It is. Okay. I'm just going to protect both my Pokemon here because that Garchomp will go down this next turn, and then we've got two Pokemon to try and deal with this Muck. The Garchomp's probably going to go for a last ditch Earthquake. Yeah. Get some health back for our Celesteela, and hopefully that kind of is enough to allow us to take down this Muck. I'm not going to faff around with Leech Seed this turn. I'm just going to go for the Flare Blitz with my Arcanine and the Heavy Slam. And hopefully that is enough to take down this Muck, and we can close out what is such a struggle of a game. Flare Blitz doing really nice damage there, and Heavy Slam picks up the KO. So, whew. Very good game to my opponent. And we'll take another win on the drawing board. Whew. That was a lot harder than it probably should have been, but good game to my opponent. Definitely pushing me to the limits. The Will-O-Wisp miss, like first turn on the Madibus, made things very difficult. But yeah, just not an easy team to play against. And then obviously the Tech Rage from that Adamant Garchomp taking down mine. was huge as well. But we managed to kind of get ourselves from a position that looked not very good and kind of turn it around. So, what are we going into now? Don't know how many games we played. How many games have we played? 27. So we've got 3 more of our day 1 games to play. So, not too bad in this little session. And then we can move on to our game 2 games. I swear I thought we played more games up to now, but we obviously haven't. So, we have our next opponent, again from Spain, 1681 rating, with a team of Talonflame, Celesteela, Arcanine, Garchomp, Tapu Koko, and Magnezone. So there's a double fire core in there, which is interesting with the Talonflame and the Arcanine. The Garchomp, Celesteela, wow, yeah, double steel, double fire, and then you've got that nice Tapu Koko, Garchomp kind of combination as well. So, what are we gonna do against this team? Could we bring Snorlax to this match? Snorlax might be not bad. We definitely need Garchomp, like 100% need Garchomp here. Tempted to lead Garchomp, to be honest. Might lead Garchomp. Garchomp, Celesteela. Oh, maybe not. Or maybe not. I don't want Tapu Lele, to be honest. I'm going to lead Arcanine, Garchomp, Celesteela and Tapu Lele. I'm going to lock in with those 4. We don't want to lose Garchomp early because we need it for that Tapu Koko, the Magnezone. Let's see. Trainer Joji. So my opponent leads off with the Talonflame, Tapu Koko. We lead off with our Arcanine and our Garchomp. So you see the electric terrain summoned to the field. We will get an Intimidate off onto that Talonflame, which is nice. But we're probably going to see a Tailwind come out from that Talonflame. Possibly a Volt Switch as well from that Tapu Koko. So what I'm going to do is switch in my Tapu Lele, get rid of... no. I think I'm going to protect my Arcanine this turn. And I'm going to go for an Earthquake. Yeah. Tapu Koko just protects. Probably just see the Tailwind come out here. I don't mind that too much. Oh, it's a Brave Bird. Okay. So we should have switched in the Tapu Lele. It's a bit annoying. Just get the Earthquake, but it goes into the protect of that Tapu Koko. So this turn, I am going to switch out my Arcanine into my Tapu Lele, and I'm going to go for a Rock Slide with my Garchomp. Psychic Terrain now should stop any Brave Birds coming into us. We should be able to survive a Dazzling Gleam. Obviously got to be wary of a Twinkle Tackle. There's just a Dazzling Gleam from the Koko. And another Brave Bird. But, oh, it's not Gale Wings. Do manage just to survive though. Oh, very nice tech from my opponent. I just presume that it's Gale Wings, but yeah, it's obviously Flame Body. So get the Rock Slide off. We will take down the Talonflame, but Garchomp is in a bad place at the moment because it's in range from a Dazzling Gleam, and we're gonna need it because the Magnezone is probably coming in now. So my opponent playing this very smartly, and it is the Garchomp. Okay. So I'm gonna protect my Lele here, and I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to bring in the Arcanine. Get an Intimidate off into that Garchomp. Just see a Dazzling Gleam from the Koko come out. I wonder what we'll see from this Garchomp. Is it Poison Jab maybe? Rock Slide? Poison Jab. I'm gonna go for a I'm gonna go for a Psychic into the Tapu Koko, and I'm gonna switch out my Arcanine into my Celesteela. So I imagine a Tectonic Rage coming out into that slot. Tapu Koko protects, so we're probably just gonna see an Earthquake. It's a Rock Slide. Isn't too bad, but and we flinch, but it doesn't matter because we're just attacking into that protect anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Right, this turn I'm going to go for a Psychic, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go for a Psychic into the Tapu Koko, and I'm going to switch in my Arcanine again for my Celesteela. So I'd imagine we may see Thunderbolt into the Celesteela and a Poison Jab, or a Dazzling Gleam, a Poison Jab, I don't know. But hopefully -2 Garchomp, we should be able to survive Poison Jab at this range. So there's the T-Bolt, is into that Arcanine. We see the Poison Jab. Do survive. We can take down this Koko now. It's nice. We get rid of that threat. Second comes the Celesteela. So I will switch in my Celesteela for my Tapu Lele, and Garchomp's got to switch out, hasn't it? Has to switch out. It's like -2. I'm gonna go for a Will-O-Wisp onto the Garchomp. Garchomp just goes for an Earthquake, but -2, we should be able to survive this and proc our Berry, and then we can get that. Yeah, so our Berry will proc, which is nice, so we'll be able to get that Will-O-Wisp off onto my opponent, and that is super unfortunate. I don't think it's us. Hopefully it's not us, but our connection has just dropped. So you get the Will-O-Wisp off into the Garchomp. Celesteela goes for the Leech Seed onto the Arcanine, but that's fine. Like, we can just switch it out this next turn. And I think the game's going to drop out, guys. Which is super, super annoying. Hopefully it's not us. No, not us. So, a bit unfortunate for my opponent because it didn't seem like the kind of situation where you would disconnect just for no reason, because he still had a lot to play for there. So I do apologise to my opponent for that. So we've played 28 so far. We've got 2 more to go. I'm going to take a quick break now and then come back, and then we'll finish the last 2 games off of our day 2 set. And then we'll come back, and then after those 2 games we'll have a quick break, and then we'll come back and play our day 3 games. So guys, take care, whatever you're doing. I'll see you in a minute, and yeah, see you in 2 minutes.